if you're holding out, if you have not seen Barry yet, and it just doesn't seem like a show you'd be into, you're wrong. You are wrong, just like I was wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, it's back. Barry is finally back after 3 years of no new seasons. 2 years, 3 years? I don't know. Time is a vacuum. Point is, season 3 of Barry is finally here. 3 seasons in, it's only getting better. For those of you who have not seen the show yet, perhaps over the last couple of years, you've had friends of yours or just seen around the internet that Barry is a show you should definitely be watching. In fact, I would go as far as to say, if there is one show single-handedly worth getting a subscription to HBO Max, this is the show. Barry is phenomenal. Quick synopsis: Barry is a story about a hitman that also discovers he wants to be an actor, moves out to LA, starts taking acting classes, while simultaneously attempting to get out of the business of being a hitman. Unfortunately, a friend slash work buddy of his keeps reeling him back in with the promise that one last job and then you're out. One more job and then it's over. Now, a friend of mine recommended Barry to me a while ago, and I was not a huge Bill Hader fan. In fact, it seemed sort of weird that he was in a leading role for a show like this, because in SNL, I mean, he was really good on SNL, but, you know, in a comedy role. And Barry is like sort of a comedy, but also sort of an action drama thriller. That didn't really seem like a role meant for Bill Hader, and wow, was I ever wrong about this guy, because not only is he a phenomenal lead for the show, but I don't even know who else would have been a better casting choice than Bill Hader specifically for this role. One of the things that impressed me about the first 2 seasons of Barry is that everything about this show is of the highest quality you could imagine. The writing, the cinematography, the acting, the sound. They know when to put music in these scenes, and more importantly, when to have no music at all. It is impressive how consistently high quality. I don't know if there's a bad episode of this show. And we're in season 3. Normally these days, a new show comes out and season 1 is great. Everybody gets hyped up. And then a second season is announced and it's like sort of whatever. It's like sort of fine. And then season 3 comes along and you're like, well, at this point the show is probably not that good anymore. No. Barry is getting better, and the first season was already amazing. I don't know how they're doing it. Bill Hader created the show. He writes some of the episodes. I'm sure he helps behind the camera, directing, all that stuff. Season 3 kicked off, and I'm not gonna lie, I was ready to be sort of disappointed, just because the first 2 seasons were so amazing, and it had been such a long time, and I just thought, I'm gonna understand if season 3 gets off to a slow start. I get it. It's been a while, and it's tough. 2 seasons that were as good as the first 2 seasons of Barry, I'm not expecting them to pick up where they left off. If they needed a couple episodes to get going, totally get it. But that's not the case. They hit the ground running in season 3, episode 1. It is amazing. I can't believe that this show is still so good. If you're holding out, if you have not seen Barry yet, and it just doesn't seem like a show you'd be into, you're wrong. You are wrong, just like I was wrong. I didn't think that Bill Hader would be enough to get me interested. I didn't really think the story was the concept was that interesting. I should have watched it sooner. I think I watched the show a year after the first 2 seasons were out. I'm telling you. Season 3 of Barry, it's on HBO right now. It just started. You have to get into this show. This is one of the best shows on TV. This is probably the best show on HBO. And that's saying a lot, because HBO usually has the best shows on TV. So to be at the top of the HBO list, it's a pretty impressive achievement. I would put Barry right at the top of any of the new shows currently out, because to get to season 3, in this current climate where the first season of a show gets a lot of hype, and then after that, just a slow descent. Not Barry. Somehow, The show is getting better. It's aging like a fine wine. I do not know how they're doing it. I cannot wait to see where this show goes. One of the best things about Barry is that they do cliffhanger endings with the best of them. I mean, this show...